I started off explaining the gods, but I had to stop because you cannot explain gods without spirit. I couldn't explain spirit because you can't explain spirit without explaining soul. I couldn't explain soul without having to explain dreams. Before explaining dreams, I need to explain the dream world. For thousands of years, people have been curious about the origins of dreams. Dreams are one of the most supernatural, beautiful, and magical events that happens to almost every sentient being. People wait for visions. They wait to see magical beings. They wait to have revelations, when somehow, miraculously, your and my body can connect to a different plane of existence. The ancestors said, "This is not a place for our bodies. We seem to live in our physical body in this space, but it can change at will. We are thus in a spiritual vehicle when traveling in this plane of existence, when in the other, we are like a ghost." When the mind and soul are divided from the body, a practice the ancestors referred to as flying, many people now know it as lucid dreaming. This is when you awaken your mind within the dream world. This world is a peek into the afterlife. The ancestors knew and they taught that dreaming good dreams was our heaven, and that bad dreams or nightmares are our hell. This is why our nightmares are tailored to our specific fears. This is why many nightmares involve our personal guilt, the internal part of our mind, the subconscious part of your mind. If you are healthy, offers judgment and critique. Some people have been so afraid that they have silenced this criticizer. Plus, they never have nightmares. These people typically never have dreams either, disconnected from the heavens and divided from their aspirations. The ancestors taught that ghost spirits, the dead ones, malicious spirits, positive spirits, good gods, bad ones, can access us through our dreams.
Now, whether we look at this from a supernatural and a spiritual point of view, or a physical and a practical point of view, we have to say that dreams are one of the most influential, introspective, and spiritually rewarding moments that we can have. They provide us with a deeper look at ourselves and our environment. So when the ancestors are talking about the dream world being like our heaven and nightmares being like our hell, they're not just talking about the world that you go to when you sleep. They're also talking about this idea of dreams being your idealism, or an optimum state. When Martin Luther King talked about having a dream, he was talking about a state that he wants the actual world to get to. When we talk about dreams, we're generally talking about a positive place, a place in which things that we believe right now are incapable of happening, happen. So, it's a lot bigger and a lot broader of a subject than I can actually explain in one video or one day. But think deeply about the importance of your dreams and having dreams, having aspirations, and visualizing a better world. What would that look like? Is that better world something that has to do with sustainability, fighting climate change, or fighting climate catastrophe? You know what I mean? Does this ideal world have to do with people having equality? Eliminating world hunger, suffrage? So all of these things are things that we should aspire to, not just in a way to where when we look at the dream world, we think of heaven as a place that's better than this world, a place that we ultimately want to go to, because having that kind of mind state's extremely destructive for the world in general. You don't want to disregard the sacredness and the importance of our grandmother Earth and where she stands in this whole scenario. At the same time, you do want to appreciate and understand the dream world and how that connects us to spirit and that connects us to happy, sound, and healthy minds and souls. You know? So thank you for enduring one of my weirder videos in which I talk about Fonism and the folk spirituality of my ancestors and of my lineage, the path that I went on after escaping Jehovah's Witnesses. So yeah, as I go into these different temples and I make connections with people of different denominations, of different spiritual beliefs, and expound myself to them and express myself to them, I hope that the world can get a better understanding of Fonism, Voodoo, Santeria, and other African belief systems and traditional belief systems that come out of the continent that is the mother of us all, Africa. I love reaching out and connecting with people and going to their temples and seeing the similarities between our belief systems, because there is extreme similarities between the traditional belief systems of Africa, the Americas, Asia, and even Europe. So reach out if you have a temple in the Pacific Northwest that you think that I should visit. If you're not from the Pacific Northwest and you find something on Google Maps and you're like, this seems interesting, shoot us the coordinates. We'll go out there and we'll go talk to whoever's at the temple, mosque, church. I mean, come on, let's face it, we're all Americans here. We are oversaturated with Protestant and Judeo-Christian and Abrahamic mythology and ideas. So our channel really wants to help those of us who grew up in these kind of situations, who want to learn more about other belief systems that have been hidden from the limelight or haven't gotten any attention because they were condemned for so long. And it's 2022, so we do not need to hide ourselves anymore. And there are genuine people who have traditional practices and beliefs that are deeply rooted in the whole lineage of humanity. So we need to come forward and we need to be honest with ourselves and talk about these beliefs, because for the instance of Fonism, we're foundational in every religious system. Fonism is a religious belief system that predates humans entirely.